Yeah, that's it.
All right.
All right. Thanks. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nicolas Manaud. I am an independent science grant segment engineer, mostly working in the field of planetary science operations, data processing, and dissemination. And sadly, I cannot be with you this week, but I'm really happy to give you this presentation and to introduce you to Open Planetary for those who doesn't know what it is. So please go next slides. I hope you can hear me fine. Yeah, Open Planetary started back in 2018 as an initiative from the participants of the ESA's Planetary GIS workshop, essentially to stay connected and share information related to and beyond this workshop and somehow to foster collaboration. Next slide. This is only 3 years later, after it has grown and shown that it had some value, that we established Open Planetary as a non-profit organization under French law in order to provide us with a legal, no, you can go back. Thank you. In order to provide us with a legal framework to sustainably fund our community framework projects and activities. So as an association, the official goal of the association is to promote and facilitate the open practice of planetary science and data analysis for professionals and amateurs. And so, as I mentioned, we provide mostly a collaboration platform. We organize events and conduct projects. We currently have more than 630 members, and we are a community-driven organization really intended to serve as an umbrella for all communities of planetary data and tools users, producers, providers across all scientific disciplines and missions, institutions, or working groups. So although it's originally mostly rooted in surface science, we really intend to cover all sorts of scientific disciplines. Yeah, you can go to the next slides now. So this is to give you a broad picture of the Open Planetary members, and firstly the incentive for them for joining. And so you see that the main one is really to connect with other planetary research professionals, support open science in planetary research, get help and learn new things, find opportunities of collaboration and so on. And so the main occupation of these people are scientists, students. We have a reasonable amount of students and software developers, but we also have science communicators, teachers, and others, people who are just curious mostly. In terms of the usage that people do within the Open Planetary community of planetary data and tools are mostly related to scientific modeling and data analysis, then data processing, production and distribution, but also outreach and education, mission and operations planning. So this is to give you just a broad picture of the people within the Open Planetary community. Next slide, please. So this shows you a little bit about our collaboration platform and how it works. So we mostly are working with 3 legs: Slack, a forum, a public forum, and GitHub. So the iceberg on the right-hand side is really to illustrate the main difference, which can be confusing sometimes for people joining Open Planetary, between the forum, which is absolutely totally public, and the Slack workspace, which is really intended for Open Planetary members only, for real-time discussions. And the beauty of that is that because we have a proper Slack instance, we can search through the message history since the creation of Open Planetary, even the initiative in 2015. So this is quite a lot, actually, and it's really useful. So we have the forum, and the forum is really intended to be public and to make it to make all the resources that are there discoverable through search interfaces. And so we have set up our platform so that whenever there is a post on the forum, there will be a notification within Slack. So the community within Slack can respond and react to that. And thirdly, we have the GitHub repository, and it's pretty much underused, but it's there, and it's intended to host and collaborate on community projects. So as an OP member, you can host and manage your own project in the public or private repository there. You can go to the next slide, please. So the next few slides are just to illustrate a few of the activities and projects that we've been supporting in the last years. Recently, in the COVID time, we've initiated the Open Planetary virtual lunches. We organize those informal meetings every Tuesday to present and discuss technical topics of interest to planetary science community as a whole. And as Alessandro mentioned, we've managed to build a fair amount of resources that you can access now from our YouTube channel. You have the address there, youtube.com/openplanetary. We're currently on hold until new hosts are found. This had been running for a year and a half, I think. But you can still subscribe to receive weekly invitation, or you won't receive weekly invitations, but you will receive information whether we start it again one day. Next slide, please. Then in 2020, right in the COVID time, we organized our first and unique virtual conference, which also was quite a success. And all the talks were recorded. You can find all the videos again on YouTube. Next slide, please. In terms of community projects, I just wanted to highlight those two projects that we had been supporting. One is Open Planetary Map, which is a project to foster planetary mapping and cartography on the web for everyone, and especially for educators or anybody who would like to make a map of Mars or the Moon or Mercury, and can really out of the box use these base maps. The other one is Planetary Pi, for which you're going to have a talk later. Planetary Pi is a community effort to develop a core package for planetary science in Python and foster interoperability between Python and planetary science packages. And next slide, please. Recently, we've initiated a sponsorship program for Open Planetary, although so far we've been relying on members and supporters donation to cover our annual cost, which is around 500 euros. So we are a really small association, really. But nonetheless, we needed this support to have a more sustainable funding, allowing us to make Open Planetary more resourceful, scalable, and sustainable in the coming years. So the baseline for this sponsorship agreement, valid for 2 years, is that the sponsor make a donation, whatever they want, to the association in support to its mission. And in return, the association advertised the sponsor brand through its various channels, including the new Open Planetary website's sponsors page and footer across the Open Planetary website, and also during online or in-person events like this one. So we thank our first sponsor, MEO, which is a European meteorological and environmental Earth observation company, which has recently been extending its application domain to planetary science. Next slide, please. Well, the link doesn't show up so nicely, but it's fine. This is my last slide. This is to let you know how you can contribute or support us. Of course, you can join Open Planetary right away. Some of you already did it. I've just registered 4 new members since this morning. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter or Mastodon. You can subscribe to our virtual lunch newsletter, as I mentioned. Make use of our private Slack workspace or public discourse forum for the needs of your community. Yeah, make a donation, get in touch, just say hi, and it's always nice to hear from anybody. And yeah, if you're interested in being a sponsor, or if you if you think your company might be interested in sponsoring Open Planetary, please ask a representative of your company, and really, really happy to have it as a sponsor. So that's all for me. Thank you very much. Can anybody hear me?
We do have time for a couple questions. Let me try to fix this slide for you.
Okay, sure. Questions for everybody or just for me? I mean, yeah, I'm happy to take any question, of course.
All right. So Nico, I'm curious, the Slack is not necessarily free. How are you providing that service?
It is not free, but as a nonprofit, we get it for free.
Do we have, is that a contract that will be continued?
I hope so. That's the main risk, actually. If one day they decide to shut us down, we are in trouble. So there was this suggestion somehow to use an alternative open source Slack-like software. I don't remember the name, which I would be happy for us to use. But first, we would have to set it up, and then the problem we would have to face would be to migrate all history from Slack to that other tool. So this is something that we should be looking into.
Yeah, and I think, you know, getting members to volunteer for time to set up these meetings. Go ahead.
Oh, hi. I definitely recommend programs like Discord for collaboration. I think they're actually, Discord is like, it's a free service, but they have like, not enterprise, but like professional level services that you can pay for to kind of upgrade. But I use Discord pretty frequently, casually outside of my professional work. And it's very, very useful as a collaborative tool. And I think it is designed a lot more intuitively and in a more user-friendly way than Slack. So I would recommend maybe checking that out. That might be a good solution.
Sure.
That's all.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think the hype has gone to Discord recently, and you know the hype goes and go over the years. So I really have nothing against moving to Discord again. The only thing I would be worried about would be to lose the history of all the conversations that we had in the last almost 10 years now. So we would have to find a way to preserve these. And of course, Slack is not for everyone. I know that, you know.
Go ahead, Chase.
Hi, this is Chase. I just want to underline
Chase.
$500 a year is all we spend to run Open Planetary. And the reason that works is because a lot of us donate a lot of time. And the structure of the organization is a duocracy, which means if there's something you want to do, join Open Planetary and do it. And I encourage everyone to come. Just if you have an idea for some project we're going to do, join and do it. You will have the support of the people who are quote unquote managing the organization. But that's how we keep it at $500 a month, is just a ton of volunteer time.
And Chase did all the lunchtime talks and did a great job. So thanks for that. For all that time.
Absolutely. Whatever idea that you have, yeah, it's like as Chase mentioned, duocracy. So we'll be really happy to help you.
All right, we're going to switch over to the next talk.
Thanks.
Good. Thank you, Nico.